People think of magic and magicians. Names like David Copperfield, Doug Henning, and the amazing Kreskin come to mind. The last two names on that list began their careers in Canada. And the Canadian tradition of spawning some of the world's best illusionists is continuing tonight in Monterey, California, with a man named Sean Farquhar from Coquitlam. He and his partner are taking part in the Pacific Coast Association of Magicians competition. Last year, they won all 4 gold trophies, the first time that had been done in 25 years. Farquhar may not be a household name yet, but it's probably only a matter of time.
For Farquhar and Felicity.
I can remember sitting on the steps of an elementary school when my friend Pat McMahon was saying, you know, I'm going to be a fireman, and the other guy was, I'm going to be the police chief. All that was in my head was, I'm going to be a magician.
Sean Farquhar's interest in magic didn't just appear out of thin air. He comes from a long line of magicians.
My dad was really quite a good magician, and my grandfather did tricks, and my great-grandfather even dabbled in it. My mom says when I was born, the doctor slapped me and I said, pick a card. When I was 5 years old, my father would bring people home, and he'd get me out of bed at 10:30 at night. I'd have to show all the guys around the coffee table a card trick.
Sean's big break came 12 years ago when he won the Pacific Coast Championship in Fresno, California. It was to be the first of many. He came home, quit his day job, and
6 months later, a magician's assistant fell while floating on a cruise ship. I got a phone call and said, it's coming into Vancouver. Can you come on board? We stayed on board for 4 years doing Cunard Cruise Line, toured over 32 countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sean Farquhar, and the lady to my right, my partner in life, and on the stage, Felicity.
Lori became my assistant a little over 9 months after we met.
Felicity's going to go inside. Once she's inside, she'll put her foot, hands, and face in position so you can actually see them.
I said, all you have to do is help me with this one trick.
To lock up the box first, because Felicity likes to change her mind. Put out here.
It was the first time she assisted. I put her in the box.
Face in here and smile. Blade number 1, right through the middle of her body.
Sliced her into 3. The look on her face, I'll never forget. I pulled her middle out, and as we turned her, it was a huge mirror wall, and she saw herself for the first time.
Blade number 2, right through the lower portion of her body. Felicity,
and as she came back around to face the audience, her face was like,
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, do the blades come out the back? Well, I'll let you see. The blades actually protrude out the front and out the back, completely dividing her into 3 pieces.
And the audience reacted so strongly. They just howled and laughed. And she looked at them and said, I'm in 3.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you too can lose 20 pounds.
it's nightclub acts like this one that got the attention of Hollywood.
I came in just to teach a few magic tricks for a motion picture called Fly 2, and the next thing I knew, I was a magic consultant. Then commercial work and anything where they can't figure out how to do it any other way becomes a magic trick. You have to start with winning the awards, things like that, but the big thing is to impress the agents. You have to have the stuff. I love to go in, you know, GQ, and you bring your briefcase, and you bring your promotional package with your photos, you bring your videotape, and of course, you always bring the thing that everybody always needs. That's the bowling ball. Then I always ask them, any questions?
Here's what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna make Dale the magician. It's good. Nice and close. Say hello. Hello. Okay, good. A little bit louder.
Hello?
Yeah, you're in show business. It's good. Not as easy as it looks, is it, Dale?
I really love that part in the show when I bring people up and I actually interact and we have some fun because you never know what's going to happen. Say, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I have 3 cups.
I have 3 cups.
And in the top cup.
And in the top cup.
I'll put water.
I put water.
But it's very seldom anybody really gets to be touched by magic up close. And I love to do it because it gets a reaction.
I will now make the water disappear
by wiggling my magic fingers.
by wiggling my magic fingers.
And saying the magic words,
And saying the magic words,
make them up.
make them up.
For me, magic isn't in doing the tricks, but it's in the reaction I get from the audience.
And for your entertainment,
I'll throw it
I'll throw it
in my face.
in my face.
The show to me is old. I do it all the time, but the audience is always new.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the amazing Dale.
Here's a perfect example of a really unusual magic trick that creates awe and mystery. If I were to use this, this bill, $5 bill, and I were to fold it maybe 4 times, after I fold it the 4th time, I give it a little light blow, it'll begin to change just a little bit until you begin to see it increases just a little bit, like $1 million worth. If I fold it back really slowly, you can see it transform right before your very eyes, right back into that $5 bill we started with. And even more unusual than that, if I were to take the $5 bill and crunch it up into a ball, grasping it in my hand, and just wiggling my fingers lightly over the top, it's almost as if it becomes animated and alive, and then floats in midair.